Welcome back. It's day 6 in our quest for sanity around this election. And our tool for today is self-care. Now, self-care might seem completely self-evident, but it's when chaos is swirling around us that we often neglect this. It's the extra energy it takes to cope with everything that's going on. We tend to neglect our own hygiene. Now, I don't mean like personal hygiene, but in coaching, we talk about hygiene as factors like sleep, nutrition, hydration, getting outside, exposure to light, all of those wonderful things that like make our body operate effectively, our mind clearly. Those things tend to get neglected when there's a lot of stress and chaos around us. So, what we're going to do today is talk about this whole idea of filling your own cup first. So you can't pour from an empty cup. That is why we use these metaphors all the time. Put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. Mama bear has to feed herself first before she can forage for her cubs. So we need to take care of ourselves in a way that helps us respond versus react, to be clear about our values, to take the time to plan interactions, to enforce our boundaries, all of those things. We need self-care in order to be able to do that. Now, self-care is different for different people in terms of what you need most. It might be a pause from all the action around you. It might be extra sleep. It might be indulging in some of your favorite restorative activities, whether it's cooking or reading or walking. Whatever it might be, these little breaks that you can give yourself make a big difference. If you've ever been in a super stressful situation and you've given yourself a minute to just close your eyes, put your feet flat on the floor, and do 1 minute of deep breathing, it's like a mini vacation. So why not afford yourself that extra during this time of stress? Even if it's not your own personal stress, just the environment around you, it can feel like bad vibes. You're like, ew, what happened here? So you still need to provide yourself this extra self-care, even if you're feeling centered, calm, all of that stuff. So your task for this week, for today, is very simple. We just want you to schedule 15 minutes of self-care. Actually, put it in your calendar, honor it like any other important meeting. Make sure you get that exercise in. Take the time to prepare a nutritious meal that's not pre-manufactured. Afford yourself this good energy that you'll need to deal with all of the chaos around you. Even if you're in the eye of the storm and everything's swirling around you, it does take some extra energy to do that. So we would love for you to drop your ideas in the comments about your favorite methods for self-care. I am always so impressed with what my students come up with. It's just, I love the creativity of humanity. But I would encourage, especially now, you may not feel like, oh, I don't want to go out. Depending on where you are in the country, weather may have changed. I was talking to clients today, it's snowing there. Do get outside. Outside makes a big difference. Dress for the elements. Take a quick walk. It can make such a difference. So if you want to learn more about self-care, working with a personal coach is fantastic. Our resilience course that's almost ready has a huge amount of information on self-care. But even just an ad hoc coaching session to go through your own self-care routines, your own hygiene. I was just listening to a podcast today where the presenter was talking about give yourself a bedtime. We do it for our kids. Why don't we do it for ourselves? We know we need adequate sleep. We know what time we have to get up to get ready to get the kids to school or get to work. But why don't we set a bedtime for ourselves? Good question. That would be a really great form of self-care. So Couple days left on the sale for the book for Meet Me in the Middle, filled with ideas about how you can bridge connection with others instead of having polarization. So tomorrow, join us for our last in this series for our week of sanity. And until then, take good care.